Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you how to make a bracelet like this. Now we're going to do ours a little thinner just so we can see in the video the progression of it getting bigger and bigger. Because that's the exciting part. This is herringbone stitch, but what I've done is I've made it in a loop so it's double thickness. It looks amazing and feels amazing on. So yeah, these are these beautiful beads that I got from John Bead. They are clear, Terra intensive color lined. So the color is on the inside of the bead and they are just so amazing. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do what I'm calling a rose garden. So I didn't realize I used so many colors in this one that when I was trying to come up with a new design or an alternate to this one, I wanted to use all different colors, and of course I kept gravitating to the same colors. So this one here is called Rose, and it is so lovely. So that's what we have here. That is beautiful. Let me show you in the tray how amazing these are. And let's look at these here. So these are just lovely, lovely. Love the opaque colors. Just there's something about it, it's very impactful. So let's put those there. Then we have light green. I think if I were to pick my favorite, it's between the light green and the yellow. The color is just, I mean, I've always been a fan of this kind of really strong light green, almost like a lime green color. So this is beautiful. So thank you to Carmi for sending me these. This was such a surprise. They're so lovely. Well, let's take a look at them. Unbelievable. Look at how amazing the light on these are. Very cool. So let's put those there. Got a stray one there. And then we have the dark green. One of the things that I mentioned when I did the unboxing of these beads is I love this clear glossiness of how the light comes through past the opaque color. And it occurred to me what it reminded me of is after a rain, when you still have raindrops on the leaves and the blades of grass and stuff, it gives you this kind of look. And the other thing too is after a ice storm, you get this like thick, glassy look on the tree branches and stuff like that. So that's what it kind of reminds me of. Just lovely. So this one's dark green, and that's this one here. And let's take a look at the so lovely. So let's get started. So like I said, this is herringbone stitch. And let me see which side I started on. Must have been this side. So with herringbone stitch, you start with like a brick stitch. So your first two lines are going to be very they're going to be sitting on top of each other. But as you get going, you can see they start to angle a bit. Now, what we're going to do is the dark green will become our side row. And this is up to you how you want to do this. So we're going to start it just like you would a normal herringbone stitch, but determine where you want to put your colors. And just remember that you're going to attach it into like a circle so that it wraps around. So if you want an outline color, like I did on this one with the blue, just remember to put your color in that position. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the outline where this blue is going to be our green color. Then we're going to do one row, which is 2 beads of the dark green, and one row of the light green, and then 2 middle rows of pink, and then the same on the other side. So let's see how that goes. This may be, I may have complicated things too much. So I'm using the size 6 green dragon thread, but you can use whatever you like to use for your herringbone stitch. And I'm using a size 12 needle. Again, you can use a size 10, not a big deal. So let's start with how we're going to present it. So you just you're always going to start with 4 beads with herringbone stitch because 2 will sit on top of each other. Let's tilt this down a bit. We're going to have to see the colors in my hands and enlarge this. So these are the size 11/0s of the beads. So you're going to take your first 4, you're going to bring it down, and you're going to leave a bit of a tail so you can weave back in. So grab your beads like that. Go back through the first 2. Like that. And pull your thread through. I'm just hanging on to the 2 bottom ones. And they're going to sit beside each other like that. Super simple. So now I'm going to go back down these 2. And now I'm going to add my row of light green. So pick up 2 beads. Where am I here? Pick up 2 beads. You're coming out of the bottom. You're going to go through the top. That. And they're going to sit next to the dark greens. That. Let me tighten that. Okay. Now, because we're in the bottom, we're going to go up through the bottom, through those 2 11/0s, light green. Pull your thread through. Pick up 2 more. Go through the bottom, creating the loop, and they will sit next to each other when you pull it tight, like that. Now go back through, coming from the top down, those 2 beads we just added on, like that. Okay. Now we're going to add our rows. We're going to do 2 rows of rows. So we need actually 4 sets of the beads. So pick up 2, go down through the green, pull those next to the green. Then we're going to go back up the rows. Like that. Pick up 2 more. So we're coming out of the top, we're going to go through the bottom to make a loop to attach them. Like that. And we're going to bring our thread down to secure them. And there's our first row. So when you're talking herringbone stitch, you talk about rows, and that means sets of 2 beads. So now we're going to pick up 2. Coming into the bottom, we're going to go through the top. That. And then go up. Two more. We're going to go through the bottom, up. So it's just for this part that you do this kind of I had to think about that. Sometimes I confuse brick stitch with ladder stitch. I believe this is brick stitch. Correct me if I'm wrong. I won't be offended. There's a lot of different stitches, so there's your 2 row of roses. So now we need another green to outline our rose garden. So let's come around the top and pull tight. We're going to go up through the 2 we just added. I like to hang on to them, so I apologize not showing you me pulling the thread through. I'll try to contain myself. 2 more for the next row. Come through the bottom. And there. Now go through the top. I'm going to hang on to these just because I want to make sure they're nice and snug. There. Okay, so now we need a green, a dark green, to do the edge. So pick up 2, go down through your light green, then go back up the ones you added. Okay, and we want 2 more. We're going to go through the bottom like that. So I was, my intention was to make this one smaller. As you can see, okay, this is what you're going to see of your bracelet. You're going to see this. So now we have to put the backside on. So basically, because we have the green or the dark green already, what we want to do is we want to go back. So if you're doing a more intricate design with colors, just remember when you do the opposite side, you want it to be reflected exactly in the same order as the front. So you want to just, all you have to do is remember, once you add your border, then this color is the next color, then this color, like that. So if you had, say, like mine, where I had 3 different colors in a row, you have to remember that your next one's going to be orange and not green. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's add the green, 2 rows. Pick up 2 and bring that around. That. And pull it tight. Add 2 more. Here. That. Okay, so our next color is rose. So we're going to do 2 rows of rose. Pick up 2, come through the green, that, and go down the rose. Like that. Pick up 2 more rows, come down through the top, go through both beads, bring that down like that, then go back up, add 2 more rows, come through the bottom, like that. So one of the things with this design came out of my frustration with crocheting, beaded crochet. I was a knitter before I was a beader, and I have to say, people that crochet, hats off Do you? I would love, now I did learn when I was working in North Carolina, the healthcare aides I worked with taught me how to crochet. And I was crocheting beautiful baby blankets and stuff, but I didn't never continued, so I forgot how to crochet. So I kind of have an idea. I've tried to do beaded crochet, and I've looked at a bunch of different videos on how to do it, and some of them are just really, really good at explaining and showing you everything. And honestly, I could not do it to save my life. So I actually have a spool of crocheting, like the thread that you crochet your beads on, and I have a whole set of beads on there and a partial thing done, and I still can't do it. It's very sad. So I thought, you know what? I know there's a way to do this. So this is what you have. And basically, let's cover this piece here. There's what you're going to be, the design we're doing. So of course, now what we need to do, first of all, let's bring our thread through the end here. So through this last row of beads. We didn't add any dark green to this side, and I'll show you why, because we have it at the beginning. So now what we're going to do, the dark green is going to be our outline. So we're going to fold over like this, that's what it looks like. And then we want to attach, we're attached to the light green here, we want to attach to the dark green. So we're coming from the bottom, so we're going to go up the top here. Let me grab a hold of that. It's a bit loose. Okay, so I'm going to bring my thread all the way through like this from the bottom. But we need to connect it at the top too. So we're going to go down the light green. Let me get this out of the way. Like that. Okay. It wants to fold on the other side. Okay, bring it tight in and then go back up. Now we're ready to start our design. Let me think about this for a second. Might start, I find that it's there we go. Okay, now we're ready. I kind of want to be going this way. So let me see here. Yeah, see, we're in the green, so it's gonna be awkward. Let's just do it this way. This makes more sense. So we need to put 2 green on there. So yeah, that's how I came up with this idea. So now we're just going to go through 1 bead. We added 2 there. So you can see now they're on an angle. Okay, and we're going to move to the front here. We're going to go up through this bead. We'll call this the left-handed beater. That. Yeah, we're going to have to flip this because this is... Let me just turn this around. Let's go down here. Up and over. Okay. Go this way. A little easier right to left. Grab a hold. It is a bit hard to grab a hold of at the beginning. Okay, so now we're going to put 2 green. We're just going to go, so we're coming out of this green here. We're going to go down this one. And at the beginning, you kind of have to do it in 2 steps where you do your down bead and then come up through the next color or bead if you're using all the same color. Now we're going to pick up 2 rows. We're going to go down the next rows like that. Then go up the next row. So this is a lot easier than trying to do the left-handed thing. Pick up 2 rows, go down 1 bead, and you can adjust your beads there. Then go through the next row. And actually you could kind of open it and hold it that way if it's easier. Pick up 2 green, go down the next green and just the one. That. Put those there. Then go up the next dark green. Pick up 2, go down the next dark green. That. Up the next green. Light green this time. Pick up 2, go down the next one. Up the rows. Pick up 2 rows, come down the next rows. I think we'll try and grab these now. That. Go up the next rows. You can do this with the larger beads. You can do it with the 8/0s. It'll be bigger, faster. But I like the effect that this gives with the tiny beads. It definitely makes me think that it's crocheted. But you could say I'm a little delusional. I'm okay with that. There, go down the green. Put that in there. Now, because we are coming back around to the dark green, which will be our side rows, we know because we have our starter thread here. So you're going to go up 2 beads. You can see they're now level. So you're going to go up 2 green. I'll tell you though, in this design I was really careful to pay attention to where my thread was to go through the 2, and at some point I was looking at it and I couldn't tell where the difference was. Now when I look at this design, I think maybe I did miss that one on the side, because there is a bit of a, like you couldn't see it. It looks straight, but my naked eye can kind of see there's a bit of an arch. So clearly at one point I missed that go up two instead of just the one, and it must have arched it a bit, but that's a different design. So we won't talk about that. We talk about a lot of things on this channel. So go to the next one. So you can see now how, my reason for using a smaller design, because I could have done the same design. I it's I want you guys to try it. It's so amazing. Now, these beads are incredible. I have done this design with crystals, with tiny 2x2 crystals, and I've done them with metallic gold beads, and it looks incredible. But these colors are stunning. So now we're doing the herringbone. I was talking, I didn't really show you, but now that we've gotten through that first two rows of the brick stitch, now you can actually put your needle in the bead and go through the next bead to prepare your thread to accept the next set of beads. And now you see how that bead is off to the side a bit. Some people will not do it for that reason. Sometimes I take the time to go just make it two steps. Sometimes it works out, and I think it depends on my tension. So now we've got our green. Let's go through our dark green bead like that. Put that on there. And set those in place, and like that. So let's grab two dark green. Let's do two steps here till this is built up a little. Then go through the green, light green, and keep going. Two. There. Up the rows. And down. You can also add, crystals to this, or some larger, round beads, or some pearls. As you come up, you can add them to the middle. So maybe add a 15-0 in here and kind of open this up a bit, and then add your pearl. I'm pretty sure I've done some videos on that. A couple of years ago, I did a bunch of herringbone, a series on herringbone where I did every imaginable kind of design that you can do with herringbone. So feel free to check those out. If there's something you see that you're interested in and you'd like to see it in a different bead, or it wasn't quite clear in the video. Okay, so now we have to go up two. So our doorbell just rang. That's weird. Oh, you know what? We have a municipal election coming. I wonder if my wife heard the doorbell. She doesn't like answering the door either. You know what? Let me know what you guys think. It's not like the old days where people used to come to your door a lot. Nowadays, somebody comes to the door, you're like, who's that? I didn't know, maybe it's my age. I'm not expecting an Amazon delivery. That's pretty bad. So Oh, I think I know what it is. My sister sent me some. She said she mailed me some packages for Thanksgiving. I forgot. We have Canadian Thanksgiving here coming up on Monday. I hope it's not them because you know what? They make you sign for it, and if you don't answer the door, you have to go to the post office to pick it up. Now, our post office is right around the corner, but still, you have to wait in line. I don't do lines. Just kidding. Everybody has to do lines. Remember the old days when we had to stand in line for the bank? I can't remember the last time I went to the bank. Okay, it's up one on this one. We, our mayor retired, so we have to pick a new mayor. The mayor that we had a special event for Pride one year, and he was having a renewal of vows in front of City Hall, and he was the one renewing, like, I guess, officiating. And so there was a bunch of queer couples and straight couples. It was really nice. And there wasn't a dry eye in the house. So it was kind of nice. Jen and I got to do our vows because we got married at City Hall. So it was just us and witness. It's kind of like doing paperwork. It was like waiting in line at the bank. I better not tell her that. She'd be like, oh, so that's what you think. It was very special, honey. Me, you, and the judge. I tease her all the time. I'm like, if I see some like really sweet commercial on TV or something about a couple, I'm like, will you marry me? She's like, how many times do you want to get married? As many as you'll let me. So this is really coming along. Look at this. The other thing that I love about Herringbone is I think it looks like knitting, cable knit sweaters. I'm obsessed. So let's do one more row around and we'll leave it at that. I think I missed, yeah, it must have come off my needle. What happens? Just pay attention. Don't do like I do. Watch TV while I'm beading. Okay, up through the green. Pick up two, down through the green, and my thread is getting tangled here. Let's see if we can go through this and unhook it. Let's just twist it around. I find when you fold over too much thread that your tail starts to twist on the line. So I should let you know, good news today. I got a call from the hospital and I finally got my date for my injection for my SI joint. So more than a year ago, I had an episode of pain and inability to walk, and they determined it was my SI joint that was jammed. And I've had this before, about 11 years ago, and when it happened before, they did an injection And like, I went in unable to walk. I was on high doses of morphine for pain. I needed a cane to walk. They had to help me onto the table. When after the injection, as soon as they put they put some numbing agent. As soon as they put that in, well, as soon as they put the injection into the SI joint, it, I guess it's such a small area that the liquid that's going in can actually separate it, and the pain was gone completely. So I got off the table myself without any help. I didn't need the cane. I was upright. I could walk. The anesthetist that injected it was like, I've never seen that before. That's amazing. I'm like, yep, gone. Everything's fine. So when this happened again, I asked my family doctor, and I guess, you know, there's some things they can order and some things they can't. So she referred me to the sports medicine doctor that I saw before. He was a very strange person. He just awkward and weird, and anyway, so he said he would order it, and it was a nightmare. After they said it would take 4 months before I got a date, and I let it go for 5 months, and then I tried to get a hold of somebody to find out what was happening, and it was just a big mess. So as it turned out, it was never ordered. So then, of course, they you know, quote, reordered it, which they didn't order in the first place. So I was just saying to my wife, I said, I think it's around that 4 month mark since they resubmitted the requisition. So there, look at how lovely this is. When I got finished, here I just wove back and forth up and down these beads to close it off on both ends, and attach these ones are hearts. I have some clam ones that I did too, but you can see this is nice and closed now. So there you go. That's how easy it is to do this stitch. So I hope you try it. Let me know if you do. And thanks again to John Bead for these lovely, gorgeous beads. Oh my gosh. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.